Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. Hello, the Goddess Lounge. Hello, love. And somebody else said hello as well. They're not showing up anymore. Foxy's Tarot Oracle messages. Welcome. And to answer your question, the Goddess Lounge, yes, I am offering mediumship. I offer mediumship services on every live stream, unless otherwise noted. But yes, that is something that I could do if you're interested in that. Let me post the information for mediumship readings. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Monday. I know I said yesterday that I likely wasn't going to be on today, but I found the time, so I'm here. It's a little bit later than I normally am on, but I am here and happy to read for you. And I can answer any person I'm about to pay for. Please, I forgot to mention, before you send your donation, can you please give me the name of the person and their date of passing and their date of birth? Because I need to check to make sure that I can get in touch with them. I don't want to disappoint you. 95% of the time they come through, but sometimes for certain reasons that I'll get, if they can't come through, I'll explain. Sometimes it's happened maybe like twice, and I just don't want it to happen again, where someone made a donation and I had to refund the donation. Let me get my supplies for that because I just got back home. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, I'll send the date of birth, its date of birth and name, right? And also their date of passing, too, would be great. Thank you so much. I'm ready, love. Thank you. And what is your name, love? What do people call you? And to anybody wondering, I am using the beautiful Tarot del Fuego deck today by Ricardo Cavallo. He's a Spanish artist. He is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful deck. Very unique. Sade. Beautiful. Like the singer? I love Sade. She's one of my favorites. Sad Day. Oh, it's not pronounced like the singer's name. It's pronounced Sade. Oh, exactly like her. Oh, Sade. Wonderful, wonderful. We have the same derivative. I just prefer mine how it's spelled. Oh, does she spell it differently? She doesn't have the accent on the E, does she? When I was really little, and I love her. My parents listened to her a lot when I was younger, um, and I would see the CDs, and I thought it was just Sade. I didn't know how to pronounce it. My mom had to tell me, but my mom has a British accent, so she was like, "Oh, her name's Sade." So I took that as Sade because my mom has a British accent, so her R's are soft. So for years I was referring to her as Sade. I felt really embarrassed when I learned the hard way. All right, and while we are waiting for Miss Sade to, no, she pronounces it how the Yoruba people pronounce it, as they pronounce SSH. Yeah, yeah, that's what I figured. It was just funny because my mom has a British accent, so I got it wrong. She got it right. She got it right. So yeah, while we are waiting for Miss Sade, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sophie. I'm a writer. I always thought it was grammatically incorrect. Yeah, I mean it's it's different in different countries. They language is fascinating that way. Um, so I can answer any of your questions. Love, romance, finance, career, spiritual questions. Yeah, thank you to my mom. Absolutely. The only questions that I cannot answer are medical and or legal questions. Um, and all of my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. Mini readings are 777. Mini readings are 5 cards, 777. Full readings are 10 cards at 1414. And in-depth readings are 15 cards, and those are 2121. We like angel numbers here. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. Pretty self-explanatory. I ask your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestral guides if somebody who you are questioning or wondering about in your life is indeed a soulmate or not. And if the answer is yes, they'll explain why and in what capacity. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. And then conversely, we can also answer the question, or alternatively, just straight up asking your spirit guides and your angels if they give their blessing towards this particular person that you're questioning in your life. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It doesn't have to be an amorous partner. It could be a friend. It could be a coworker, family member, animal, a pet. We have many, many soulmates in this life as well that come in many different variations and have served different purposes in our lives. So those are always very, very insightful. Thank you so much, Ms. Sade. Appreciate you. Thank you, love. So I will be right back. Let me check. Make sure we can get through. All right, great news. It took a little while, took a little longer than normal, but he is available to communicate. I got a little nervous there. I was like, oh geez, is this one of those times? Because sometimes it's very very rare, Sade, but it does happen. I have had times where I've attempted to do a mediumship for someone, and either the person had not moved to the other side or was not able to communicate with me. Usually, if someone has passed very recently, that is one of the reasons. Sometimes, if they didn't like tarot or things of that nature, sometimes they don't want to talk to me. But maybe that's just a personal thing that I'm reading, but I mean, I don't know. There's no book of these things. There's no answers for these things. So I just have to, base things on my professional experience. But yeah, and I noticed that he passed in 2008. Thank you very much, Mahogany, for your donation. So he's definitely moved on to the other side. And I would have every reason to believe that he is. I know he's coming through for you. He was confirmed. So that is wonderful. Let's go ahead and add you here. Have you had a mediumship reading with him before? Yeah. Aw, you were very close, huh? And his date of birth. Why did I just open up Waves? Why did I do that? Date of birth. Okay, February. He was an Aquarius like me, and passed just 5 days after his birthday. Okay. Yes, but he was with a Palo Elder. Oh, but it was with a Palo Elder. Interesting. Daddy liked that. May 2nd. Oh, are you? Oh, that's so funny. I thought about that for a second. I'm like, but if she's not from the U.S., which I see now that you're not, I'm not going to dox you, but I see you're from another country. I thought about that for a moment. Like, if she's from Europe or somewhere else, then it could also possibly be May 5th and October 2nd. Okay, so Taurus. All right. All right, no problemo. No problem. Let's get into this love. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Please come through with any. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Renee, please come through with any and all messages for your daughter, Sade. Thank you. Yes, our system is English and Barbados, not American. Yeah, that's what I figured. It was because I'm British. I know My country definitely colonized a lot of places. My bad, my apologies. I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't there. But yeah, no, I know Barbados is a British colony. And let me move my face here so you can see all the cards. Sorry about that. Okay, love. We have Ace of Cups reversed, Page of Cups, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, the Moon, Ten of Wands, the Sun reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, and Three of Cups reversed. Okay. Yes, yes, definitely. I can feel his love and pride for you already. And when I do mediumship readings, they're always different, always, just like every other reading. But there are some patterns and things, and what I've noticed is there's kind of two. I don't want to say there's simply two different types of mediumship readings, but there are mediumship readings where it's messages, and it's usually if they've passed very recently, it's usually the messages of like, hey, I need you to know this, I need you to know that. Whereas here, I'm seeing this as he has messages for you in your life right now, like fatherly advice. Starting with this Ace of Cups and this Ten of Wands. Now, this is not me, and I'm not saying that he's saying to you that you don't love yourself, because I don't get that energy from you, and I'm not getting that message from him. But I am getting a message of possible self-neglect. And I think a lot with this, especially with this Ten of Wands reversed, he's acknowledging, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he's acknowledging that you have quite a few burdens going on in your life right now that you're having to shoulder on your own for the most part. You do have some assistance. Some help. Hi, Austin. I'm in the middle of it. I forgot to mention it before I started. I'm in the middle of a mediumship reading right now. I can't talk. I can't answer people during mediumship readings. We can talk after the mediumship reading. Thank you. Daddy is rough and honest. Tell me what he tells you exactly. I can take it. Yeah, and that I was just gonna say, girl, like he tells it like it is. This is very, and that's exactly the type of parent that everybody needs. The truth sets us free. He's saying that he would like to see you take care of yourself a little bit more. I don't know if that's getting more rest, just generally being kinder to yourself, gentler with yourself, perhaps speaking to yourself in a kinder way. But that's so. It was the eating thing. That was the first thing that I got was she's not eating, and doesn't that sound like a parent too? Like, you're not eating enough, you're not eating enough. And I'm the same way, because it goes either way, I've noticed. Some people, when they're depressed, they can't eat. They don't, or they don't eat properly. I'm the same way, girl. I'm the same way. When I'm not but when I'm super happy, I gain weight. I gain happy weight. That's when I'm hitting the food all the time. Whereas some people, when they get sad or depressed, when they are shouldering burdens, they hit the Ben and Jerry's. You know, I'm more like you. And I was thinking about this the other day. I mean, it ultimately has to do with self-soothing and anxiety or gut. You know, for me, I feel like, I don't know about you, but when I'm dealing with a lot of burdens, it is hard for me to essentially treat myself like my own child, which is another message that I'm getting from him is you must treat yourself like I treated you. Treat yourself as though you were your own child, as if you were mothering yourself. But yeah, I'm definitely getting a message of you got to eat more, got to eat and eat well. Not necessarily eating. Yes, eat more, but nutritious foods too. I'm in an environment where I've been taken advantage of, and I've been in and out of depression. I do not have an appetite. My spiritual mother told me she noticed I lost weight smoking. Yeah. No, I. Full disclosure, honest Aquarius here. I'm a vapor. I'm trying to quit. I've been trying to quit for a while. I used to smoke, and then I switched to vaporizing. Still not good. Still not good. And it doesn't help with the appetite either. I'm really trying to work on my appetite as well, especially during the winter months. It's just kind of blasé. Yeah. He's definitely seeing some neglect that he's not pleased with, and it's not that he's disappointed in you. It saddens him. It saddens him and concerns him because you know he watches you like a hawk. I'm sure you know. My friend I live with told me the exact same thing about eating. About how we don't nourish ourselves when we're sad. How some of us don't nourish ourselves when we're sad, or that we need to. And that's the thing is we especially need to nourish ourselves when we're sad or anxious. I find that I'll just be in a really horrible. I deal with a lot of really bad anxiety myself. When the anxiety is really bad, I got a pit in my stomach and I just can't eat. But if I force myself to eat, what I found is the anxiety tends to go away. So there's also that component too. Is hangriness is a real thing. So then it compounds our mood, it compounds our depression, it compounds anxieties that we may be experiencing, and then you're just running on cortisol and adrenaline, and that it compounds things, compounds things. Um, we've got this Page of Cups and the Sun reversed. Are you an? You said you're a writer. I was just gonna say, are you an artist? I'm getting something about creativity. He's mentioned something about creativity. He emphasized nutritious food, not just eating. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And that's the thing too is when people notice us losing weight, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, go eat a burger. You can withstand the calories." Well, it's like, well, it's also not good for my heart to have to be eating tons of salt and fats. It's good to eat nutritious food too. But if it's the only thing that we can stomach, eating anything is ideal. I had something small. I got tea and eggs tonight. Wonderful, wonderful. That's what this morning. It was the same way. I just woke up with no appetite. I had my COVID booster on Friday, and it knocked me out for 2 days. But yeah, I just had some eggs and toast this morning. Um, yeah. Anything that you can. Maybe like oatmeal. Soups are great especially when I have no appetite and I have to like legit force feed myself. Like really hearty, or not even hearty soups, but like just soup in general is good, especially like vegetable soup or chicken soup. Um, so let's get into your writing. We've got this Page of Cups and the Sun reversed. Are you focusing on your writing right now? And are you a creative writer or all sorts of writing? Because I'm a writer myself. Um, I used to do more creative stuff, and then I got into copywriting, and then I kind of stopped doing that for a little while. But I still love to write. I have to baby myself when I get in that mood. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's what and you should like I said, treat yourself like you as if you were your own child. You know, pamper yourself. Um, your dad's saying that to, to definitely keep on focusing on your writing. That I don't know how involved you are in your writing right now, but that's going to help you get out of this funk. That's going to help you deal with the external factors that are mucking with you right now. Not really. I just journal when I feel too much. I haven't written just because in a while. Yeah, and I'm seeing that Page of Cups and the Sun reversed. He's saying you've got this beautiful gift, and you have more inspiration than you know. But as a famous singer, told my friend when she was writing her autobiography, it's even if you're a great writer and you have all these ideas and stories to tell, sit butt down and chair and write. Even if you don't like what you've written, you got to get going. You got it's like putting off exercise, and you're not feeling it. Well, just start running. Just start getting on that treadmill, and eventually, even if you're not happy with the results at first, you'll get there. You'll get to that goal. Um, and even if it's just for you, it's just where to start. Um, you could start with your journaling. You could even start with your journaling. Start with what you've been journaling, and if you want to get into creative writing again, you know, truth is always stranger than fiction. I'm not saying write an autobiography about your experiences and your journaling, but you could take snippets from your observations and create a story from that. I don't know if you write short stories or novels or poetry or what it is, but your dad's saying you've got this wellspring. this beautiful wellspring of creative abilities and gifts. This gift of writing, and you're not taking advantage of it right now. And it would definitely lift your spirits. Would definitely lift your spirits. It's Queen of Swords and Ace of Pentacles reverse. Sorry, give me one moment, love. I just need to grab something real quick. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. I was so confused about this Queen of Swords and Ace of Pentacles reverse, but this is definitely a continuation of what your father was talking about here. With this Queen of Swords reverse, girl, you got. I can tell you're a very intelligent young lady. I can tell just by the way that you are. I know you're a good writer, but I can tell by the way you're writing and just you strike me as a, and I'm not kissing your ass here. I'm being for real. You've definitely got a good head on your shoulders. You were blessed with a wonderful brain, and the sword is also your voice. This Queen of Swords, sword is wielding your voice. I know this is kind of a vulgar joke. The whole what is mightier, the pen or the sword? And the answer is the pen is. And you're supposed to write it down on a napkin, draw your own conclusions. But it's true. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pen essentially is your sword, and your brain is moist. Well, that's a good thing. It's good to have a moist brain. If you had a dry brain, that would be definitely problematic. I think our brains are supposed to be moist, but nice and spongy and absorbent, all that information. But your dad's also saying, if you don't wield your sword, if you don't speak your voice, if you don't write down your truth, or you're writing down your truth, you're journaling, but if you're not expressing your voice, your artistic talents, you're missing out on an opportunity here. All men to moist brains, absolutely. Hello, Shateria. Welcome. Yeah, this is a missed opportunity. I don't know if you've wanted to get published. I'm sure that's something that you would like, or if you've attempted to get published. No lie, it can be tough, but it's not impossible. I used to work in publishing. I used to do acquisitions in publishing, and boy, did we publish some real shitty books, and then passed off some great books too, just really ridiculous. But it is absolutely possible. And beyond the opportunities of publishing, I don't know if you're in a community of other writers, but I think that would be wonderful for you as well. Opening up new doors to new friendships, new opportunities in that way. Or also, I don't know what you do for a living, but possibly, I don't know if you've ever considered copywriting, like I mentioned I used to do. It is getting harder to find those jobs, thank you AI, but they do still exist, and almost every company has a copywriter. Technical writing is another way to make money with writing, but you've got a gift, girl. You've got a gift, and your dad's saying you really have to. You don't have to do anything, but he would love to see you take advantage of that more. It is an awesome time to be an artist in Barbados. I want to self-publish because I hate the politics involved with being an artist in Barbados. I'm getting out. There are more. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. So yeah, that Queen of Swords, justice, speaking your voice in the name of justice, in the name of what you know is right, what you know is just. You Yes, you're in. It sounds like you're in a really good place and time right now. Well, I mean, it's unfortunate because the politics are so shitty, and trust me, I know how that feels living in America. Um, I'm sure it's very, very different there in different ways, but I understand the frustration, um, and the anger, and it sounds like you've got a good grasp on things, and you like I said, you know what's right and wrong. Yes, and balance will be restored. Balance will be restored. The Queen of Swords is also about balance. She normally has scales there as well. Yeah, balance being restored. You probably know tarot. You picked. I don't know if you picked that up, but yeah, that's also part of it. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, balance will be restored. Balance will be restored, but people need to speak out. People need to speak their voice. That is so important. And as you see in this country, I don't know how much you pay attention to the news in this country, but people's voices are being silenced left, right, and center. And it's the people who are speaking out against what is wrong, what is this fascist dictatorship that's going on. And you got to speak your voice, girl. I will be hated for my voice when I start to speak. A lot of corruption exists in the industry. I'm a tarot reader too. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Yeah, you picked up on that. That was very nuanced. I like that. I love reading for other tarot readers because I get that additional insight as well. Yeah, that was very keen. I like that. And it's true. It is taking a chance. It is taking a chance. There will be people who don't like what you have to say, but there will also be people who will be very inspired by what you have to say and and what you're seeing. The Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups is about attaining your dreams. Seven of Cups is your wish is, well, this is how I'm seeing the card. I don't know about you, but Seven of Cups, especially when I'm seeing it in mediumship and what I'm hearing from your father, is your wish is my command. He watches you like a hawk. I mentioned that earlier. Always watches you and knows your dream, knows what you would like in this life, knows what your dreams are, and he's saying, you do your part, and I promise I will do everything on my side to make that come to fruition for you. So this is a really, really good portent here, the Seven of Cups. A little confused with this Eight of Cups reverse. Need a little time here with your dad for some clarity here, because Eight of Cups reversed is usually about staying stagnant, energies of stagnation. I talked to him this morning. Tell him I said thank you. Of course, and yeah, well, thank you, Renee, and thank you for coming through for me, and thank you, of course, for coming through for your daughter. I usually thank them at the end, but I will thank him now, and he hears you. He hears you. I'm sure he's reading what you're saying. I have no doubt. Eight of Cups reverse, though, usually is about staying in one place, feeling stagnant, not moving forward. And I think, again, this has to do with him feeling so strongly about you continuing with your writing. I really think that this will help you get through a lot of the external forces that are causing the distress in your life. Be clear, Daddy. Please let Sophie know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I think he's really hammering down on this, love. He really is. He's kind of staying on this subject. He has a thing about Oh, he can be kind of cryptic. Okay. Yeah, no, this, especially with this Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups reverse, these are very, very, these are both cards of missed opportunities, not walking in the direction that you should be walking in. When you have all these gifts, all these dreams, My writing is my gift. Whoa, I just said you have all these gifts, all these dreams, and you just said my writing is my gift. He knows that. I know that too. Yeah, yeah. And he just sees you. I don't want to say this, but I'll say it. He sees you wasting that talent by not putting more effort into it. And this definitely sounds like something a parent would say. This doesn't surprise me, and because it's all love, it's all love. It's just, yeah, he sees this wonderful gift in you, and he's like, I want to see her. I want her voice to be heard. I want her to be read. Um, and if not for other people, just for you, and your own satisfaction. We've got this moon and the Three of Cups reversed. Now, this I don't feel has anything to do with your writing. Do you, how are your connections with your friends and family? Are they kind of problematic right now, or how are things going? Because that's typically that's the energy I'm getting from him with this Three of Cups reversed, and with the moon, the energy I'm getting from here, and it's very rare that I see the card this way, but it's more what I'm hearing from him is that you. It's not like you're a hermit. He's not saying you're a hermit, but it's more that your light is not shining. You don't shine your light as much as you should. So he probably, and I think that has to do with writing, shining your light, but I think it also has to do with interpersonal connections too. I had it from a child, but you know my limitations and the politics involved. You already know the challenges I will face. I don't know if I can bear that. It's a lot. But I'll have to shrink myself, and I'm not doing that. I'm done too much people pleasing. No. You wait. You had what from a child? I had it from a child, but you know I'm taking it from the world. You know the problems face. I'm not gonna bear that. So I have to shrink myself. I'm not doing that. Yeah. No. I never suggest people pleasing at all. I even hate the term people pleasing. They don't even have a term for it in France. They literally say people pleaser. Because they don't. The French are not people pleasers. I think it's a very American thing, possibly a Barbados thing, very British thing too. And no, I would never, and I don't think your father is suggesting for you to people please. As I mentioned, he I think the gift of writing. I think the gift of writing is more for you, love. It's more for you, and especially with the risks involved, I understand. You said that you could possibly be really hated for expressing your voice and justice, but you could always hold on to your writing and wait for a more appropriate time. You could also write something different that's not politically charged. But the overall message I'm getting is definitely to put that pen to paper, even if it's just for you and it's not about getting published or having your stuff read by others. Just like journaling feels really good, just getting our thoughts out, our thoughts down. Just writing for the sake of writing, making art for the sake of making art is very therapeutic. Those comments were from my dad. I'm sorry, when I talk to him, I get emotional. Oh, no, don't apologize at all. This is a very emotional. Mediumships are almost always very emotional. We're talking to people who are not on this earthly plane anymore. No, don't apologize at all. At all. I can tell. I could tell from the moment that I got into contact with him that the two of you are very, very close. Very, very close. Still are. which is so beautiful, so wonderful that you have that connection to spirit and that connection to him, that unbroken bond. So I don't think he's wanting you to risk your life or your livelihood by any means. What he wants to see is he wants to see you eating better. He wants to see you taking care of yourself better. He wants to see you at peace. He wants to see you tranquil, happy, peaceful, content. Despite external burdens, external issues, external conflicts that you're dealing with, that you have to live with, artistic endeavors and creativity is I mean, that's why they have art therapy, you know. That's why there's journaling classes and therapy and like rehab centers too. It's very, very therapeutic. I feel like he just gave me a hug. Oh, that's wonderful, love. That is wonderful. That's happened to me before. That's happened to me before. I felt my grandpa give me a hug twice actually. I felt him tap me on the back once, and one time I felt him hug me. Yeah, oh, I love that. Oh, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Renee, for coming through for your daughter. And thank you, Sade, um, for allowing me to read for you. I never take this for granted. It's an honor for me to read for people in general, but especially mediumships. For you to it takes a lot of vulnerability and trust, and I don't take that for granted at all. So thank you very, very much, Sade. I really hope that brought you some light, clarity as well. I always want to bring people clarity. Yeah, it was a beautiful message. He really, really cares about you, and and because it was so focused on one thing, I know that the two of you have a close connection already. You know, uh, I think you mentioned you were communicating with him this morning. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much again, love. Thank you, thank you. Of course, I'm glad he came through because although he's polite to you, he's generally really blunt. I'm glad he behaved. No, I could tell he was definitely being blunt with me too, but very friendly. Like yeah, very, like I have done mediumships for some people where they were just beyond blunt. Like I was like, okay, please, this is not me. This is what I'm hearing, and they're saying, hey, you're effing up your life. Like you're on the wrong track. Hey, you got to do this, that, and the other. I hate having to tell people that, but I've never had anyone give me guff for it. They're like, oh no, that sounds like him, or that sounds like her. No, that's exactly how they talk. You know. He's very funny. Yeah, yeah. Well, Tauruses are hilarious. I think Tauruses are arguably like the funniest sign, at least one of the funniest signs. Tauruses and Pisces crack me up, especially with women. That's hilarious. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much again, love. Much love and light to you. Mahogany, Mahogany, thank you for your donation, girl. Let's see here. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I'm a Taurus moon and rising. Oh, no way. That's so cool. I got that from him. What's your sign? I don't think I asked you what your sign was. Mahogany. Mahogany. It is your turn, love. Thank you. Scorpio sun. Okay, so Scorpio, Taurus, Taurus. Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. I just looked at my life path number today. I always thought I was a 5. I guess I'm a 3. And that resonates more for me. October 29th, 1993. Oh, you're so young. Well, I always just think people that are born in the 90s are way young, but you're 7 years younger than me. You're young. You're young compared to me. I love Scorpios. You guys are my favorite water sign. You're one of my favorite signs. Leo, Scorpio, and Gemini are my 3 favorite signs. Mahogany, thank you, love. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. You're a 7. I need to look up more what each life path means. Oh, wow. That's so cool, Austin. Yeah, I thought I was a 5, and I was reading about 5 last night, and the only thing that resonated was for career, it said helping people, often therapists, counselors, which is what I want to get my MFT, become a therapist. And I like to think that what I do with this is helping people too. Um, absolutely, I believe that. But now I gotta read 3. Oh, girl, we are getting older. 7s are the esoteric truth seekers. So I got a call from an agency that I sent out my photo to, and they scheduled an interview. So I'm wondering how will everything go. I am super excited, and so far, literally everything sounds fair. So you sent your photo to an agency. This is a modeling agency. I'm a model. I've been modeling for 15 years now. You probably know I do modeling. I do photographic modeling. I do less of that now, but I also do figure study modeling. I used to do a lot of freelance photographic modeling. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will everything go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will everything go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will things go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will everything go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How they do fashion, branding, and commercials, which is what I'm looking for. Oh, fantastic. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will things go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will things go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Are you really tall, Mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will things go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will things go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will things go with the agency Mahogany applied to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will things go with the agency Mahogany applied to? I never signed up with an agency. I've thought about getting into it now for commercial work. You're only 5'5", but you're fit and athletic. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I almost signed with an agency for commercial work here in San Francisco, but I had an ex-boyfriend who was signed with them, and they took a lot. They took a huge percentage of his work. However, they did get him the work, whereas me being a freelance model, I'm basically my own agent, you know. So I have to find the work, find the gigs. which makes things a little more difficult. But I pocket everything. There's no one I have to answer to. So let's see what we have here. We have Three of Wands reversed, Nine of Cups reversed. That's my card for today. The Emperor reversed, Knight of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles. Okay. I do think they're going to want to take you on. I could see you modeling for sure, actually, which is crazy. So I'm not shocked that you do that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. My friend suggested it when I was like 25, and I was like, really? Like, I'm short, I'm hairy. Like, are you kidding me? Apparently it worked. I'm photogenic. That definitely helps. So what I'm seeing here is I do think that they're going to want to take you on with this Knight of Pentacles. They do want you to work for them. You said that everything sounded fair. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. You said that everything sounded fair. I don't know how much information they gave you, but as with any job, well, I wouldn't say with every job or any job, but I have found this with certain types of jobs, contractual jobs. It sounded fair, so I have not done the interview yet. Okay. I would still do the interview. I would definitely do the interview if only just to get more clarity on how fair things are, because what I'm seeing here is a lack of fairness. The Emperor reversed. I don't know if it's just one person who runs. I doubt it's just one person who runs the agency, but there's one person in particular who is a big shot at the agency who is not a fair person. They definitely abuse their power, and that leads me to believe that they possibly could be omitting some truths. Like, I'm not saying that what you read was not true, but I don't think you got the whole story as to what working for them and being signed to them would actually entail. Because I'm seeing that the job wouldn't satisfy you. There's something about it that wouldn't fill your cup. It wouldn't do it for you. It would disappoint you. There's something about it that would disappoint you. It would frustrate you. It would be and very not only frustrating, but a slow, very slow. And with this Three of Wands reverse, this is a card of impatience. I can see you feeling impatient if you were to be taken on, because I don't know how often they'd be giving you work, or how much work you would be getting. Oh damn, no, I didn't as of yet, but I will on the interview. Yeah. I'm seeing slow slow progress, like too slow. I understand people need to establish themselves at first, and you got to get your face out there, but that's part of what they're supposed to be doing, is getting your face out there, promoting you as one of their models. So definitely go to the interview. I highly suggest, and I had no doubt that you weren't going to go. If anything, just to get a better idea as to what you would be stepping into here. If this is just a side hustle, then that's groovy. I think that's fine. Because I do think you would get jobs, but I just don't think it would. I don't think you would get as much as you A, would want, and B, possibly they might promise you, oh, we'll get you an average of 10 to 20 jobs a month, and then you see like 2. And they'll explain, oh, well, we just didn't have that many jobs this month, but it turned out they hired a bunch of other models. Like, I don't work for an agency, but I know how agencies work. They're not all the same. And I work for a models guild, and even that can happen sometimes. Well, I mean, they are only one of the two I applied to, so I mean, sometimes certain things wouldn't work. Okay, okay. And okay, so they were one of the two that you applied to. Did the other one respond? Hopefully, ideally, I mean, a side hustle is what I plan on it being. But if it turns into more, that would be awesome as well. Totally, and that's great. I think if you're looking at this as a side hustle, which ideally I think most modeling should be seen as a side hustle, it's what it was for me, and I do not consider it my full-time job by any means. Except for my figure study, that's different because I work for different schools. But I get maybe like 2-3 photography gigs a month. I used to get like up to 10 a month when I was really like, things have just changed in the modeling and photography world. Since Instagram, everybody's become a photographer. Everyone's become a model. And there's a lot of models who are happy to model for free. And it has screwed over models like me and my colleagues who will not do that because we're working, you're hiring someone to take photos or do a video or not yet, but I was going to just keep applying and see where it goes. Also, I do still plan on moving to Georgia, so I will ask about that at the interview, but it says their agency. I was going to say, Georgia has tons of agencies, girl. I don't know where you live now. You don't need to tell me, but when I read Georgia, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, hell of agencies there. Tons in ATL. I'm sure you know that. I hope you know that. But yeah, I really hope that the other place responds to you as well. If you could be with both agencies, that could amalgamate into more of a less of a side hustle. You got two side hustles, it kind of becomes a full-time job. Absolutely, you'll find your way. Yeah, and this is just the fact that they want to take you on is great. They really do. They really think you're beautiful. Excuse me, and think that you have a lot of potential. And I don't know if this is the first agency that you've applied for, but that's wonderful. That means you've got it, girl. But I am glad I can get advice. Absolutely, yeah. If you ever want any more advice on modeling or agencies, stuff like that, please. I love talking about that stuff. I think it's very interesting. I actually would like to start my own agency or become an agent just because I've been doing it for myself. I think I'd be pretty good at it, finding talent. But yeah, no, I really hope this works for you. And like I said, the more agencies that you could sign with, possibly that would be ideal, because then yeah, it can amalgamate into like a full-time thing. Yeah, I've only done 2 so far, so I'm still pretty stoked that they reached out. And you can only try, Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. They reached out. That's what's up. Means you've got it. You've got potential. Absolutely. There's a lot of people who, try to get into agency after agency. I've seen people try to. We have auditions for my Models Guild. I've seen people audition year after year after year and not get in. It can be tough. It can be tough. Shit, there's another guild that I'm trying to get into, and at first they said, yeah, we can audition you tomorrow, and then all of a sudden it was like, no, come back in December. So I emailed her yesterday, no response. I'm like, okay, what? I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, very interesting stuff. Ooh, if you start an agency, that'd be dope. It would. It would require a lot of money. It would definitely require a lot of capital that I don't believe I have. But dream is a dream, right? I'd probably start working as an agent somewhere. I should probably look into that. I know there's definitely agencies here in the city, so. But yeah, this is good. I mean, I don't know if the agency is great, but the fact that they want you, that's great. That's what's up. So thank you very much, Mahogany. I appreciate you, love, and hope I brought you some clarity there. Yeah, sometimes you never know where things can take you. Absolutely, and modeling can take you far. Modeling can take you far, for sure. There's often a lot of travel involved. Although when I spoke to the lady, she mentioned that not to ghost her, so I don't know if people ghost a lot. Interesting. That's a weird thing to say, don't ghost me. Because, yeah, she's either saying two things. Yeah, she's kind of implying that people do ghost her, and that just seems like an unprofessional thing to say, you know? Don't ghost me. Like, okay, I'm not bound to you, I'm not signed to you, so you have the right to ghost her if you want. Little weird. That's a little bit of a weird attitude, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that unfolds. Um, but right on, love. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's really awesome. She was saying, as in, don't just not show up to the interview. That's still kind of weird, Mahogany. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever gotten an interview and they said that to me. Like, make sure you show up. Like, because if someone doesn't show up, that's just like, okay, well, they didn't want the job. End of story. You know, then you've weeded them out. But perhaps, yeah, perhaps it was just she does get ghosted a lot, and that is a little strange. But we shall see. We shall see. All right, so the donation queue is currently open. We are all caught up with donations, so whoever donates next will be read for next. I didn't have time to do my spiel at the beginning. I don't know if y'all even need to hear it, but yes, I offer mediumship readings as I did at the beginning of the live stream. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. If you are wondering, oh, I've already talked about this. Oh, past life readings. That was it. I also offer past life readings if you are, if you want a past life of yours illuminated. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was a child. I figured out, or it came to me basically, that I was channeling past lives through tarot, which is fascinating. So that is one of my services that I offer. And it can be done with asked with any intent, really. It doesn't have to be just, please illustrate a past life of mine that is most relevant to my current life. It could also be illustrate a past life of mine that maybe was the most glamorous or the most fun or my favorite life or the last life that I had or the least fortunate life that I had, most difficult life that I had. They're always very, very fascinating, always fascinating. I also, as I mentioned, I can answer any of your questions with the exceptions of medical and or legal questions. I answer a lot of romance questions, career, finance, spirituality. But I highly recommend, if you are asking a romance question, a lot of people ask, what are so-and-so's thoughts towards me, or what are their feelings, or what are their intents? I always recommend my TFI or my OG love reading. That answers 3 questions in one. Yes, your Greek past life, absolutely awesome. It answers 3 questions in one, and it can be done with a 5-card mini reading, or a 10-card full reading, or 15-card in depth. And it answers 3 questions in one. It answers their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions, in addition to analyzing their current energies in the connection as well as your current energies in the connection. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for someone who you feel romantic feelings for. It could also be for a friend or a family member or a neighbor or coworker, whoever you are wondering about in your life in regards to how they regard you. I also offer private readings. I offer them by appointment. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment only, via Zoom. It's just me and you and the cards. It's the spread. You see the cards. I see you. You see, or if you don't want to show me, that's fine. If you don't want to, if you want to hide your face, it's fine. But I can hear you. You can talk to me. Give me all the backstory and context that you feel is necessary. And it also offers that level of discretion and privacy that a live stream just can't provide. So if there's also something that you don't want broadcasted on YouTube, that's also a really good way of circumventing that. I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount. I do those over voice memos over DMs on Instagram or typed over email. And those also offer that discretion and privacy that YouTube live streams can't. And also matters of convenience. If you don't see me online and you have a question that you need me to answer, just send your donation in with your question, and I will be able to get back to you at the very latest in 24 hours, but I can usually return your question within a matter of 3 to 4 hours. I always have a deck of cards on me. I will be traveling from January 5th to the 26th of next month. I don't know how easy it's going to be for me to live stream. I'll do my very best, especially with the time difference and lack of Wi-Fi. So it might be a little bit of a challenge, but I'll do my very best. But with that having been said, you got a question, don't worry. I'll have my cards on me and I can still answer it for you. And I am still offering my 2026 readings. I do comprehensive New Year readings every year, and I will be offering my yearly readings until the 15th of January. I know it says the 10th Nightbot. I need to change the verbiage on Nightbot. I've been saying the 15th for months, since December 1st. I don't know why I wrote the 5th, but I'll be offering them until, or the 10th. I'll be offering them until the 15th of next year. There are 24 cards, 2 cards for every month of the year. Very, very comprehensive and directly correlated to how the path that you're on now, basically how your year is looking, as how it will look to unfold based on the way that you are living right now, the path that you are on right now. So yeah, with that being said, as I mentioned, the donation queue is open. So whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. Thank you. Well, all right, everybody, it is that time of night. I've been on for 2 hours now, so it is last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you need me to answer, I am here. Please just send your donation in, and I would love to read for you. Last call tonight, last call for any and all donations. Thank you. Hi, Tina. Yeah, what's up? I always love an update. Hey, H. I absolutely am still doing readings. It's last call for donations, so I would love to read for you, love. Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope you're doing well. Great. Thank you so much, H. Just quickly, C opened right up and shared his feelings and surprised me. So a great step forward. Wow. So you didn't need to prod him. You didn't need to prod him. And maybe that was why Spirit was saying not to prod him, to not bring it up. I thought they were saying to not bring it up because it wouldn't do anything. And it may have actually made him withdraw too if he felt prodded. But that makes sense. You know, you gave him his space, you gave him his time, and we saw that Four of Swords come up a couple of times. He was, he was reflecting on things. And those Tauruses, they take their time. They're very mindful and thoughtful when they speak. And thank you for your donation, H. Thank you. So I'm sure he was very articulate. I hope it was a good conversation too. Exactly. Those swords were him reflecting. Absolutely. It wasn't like he wanted to take a step back. It was like mentally he needed to process. It was that meditation, meditating on the right things to say. Because you're very important to him. I've never denied that. And then he didn't want to lose you. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful, Tina. I'm so glad that he was able to open up. He just needed his space, his time there. Yeah. That's wonderful. I'm so happy. Yay. Things are moving, and I hope they're moving in a good direction. And you don't need to tell me what he said or anything, but I hope it's a good portent for things to come for you. Yay, Tina. Thank you for updating me, love. I appreciate that. How would Jesus react if I was to text him? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how would Jesus react if H texted him? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how would Jesus react if H texted him? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how would Jesus react if H texted him? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. How would Jesus react if H texted him? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. How would Jesus react if H texted him? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. How would Jesus react if H texted him? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. How would Jesus react if H texted him? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. How would Jesus react if H texted him? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. How would Jesus react if H texted him? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. How would Jesus react if H texted him? Is this the guy who I said that he was attracted to you, but that you guys were looking for different things, and that it was likely he was looking for an FWB? Is this that guy? We have the Moon reversed, Page of Swords, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, and the Tower reversed. Well, I do think that he would respond to you. I know that that's a very basic answer here, but he wouldn't ignore your text. He would use his voice. He would interact with you. He would respond with this Page of Swords. But in terms of his reaction, I think that's kind of where, yeah, that's him. Sorry. No, you're all good. You're all good. In terms of his reaction, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of nonplussed, kind of unbothered. I hate to put it this way, but I don't think that he would be like super excited. I pulled my own card earlier and got the Ten of Swords and Nine of Wands. I got that he needed space and that he would not be receptive. That's the thing. I think he would respond to you, but yeah, in terms of him being receptive, we can even, look at the word reciprocity, and that's where I think it would be lacking. Is I don't think that. I don't want to say that whatever he would respond with would be mean or hurtful, but I do think that it would be somewhat disappointing, kind of not what you would ideally would want to have heard from him. Because we have this Tower reversed here, and it's I just don't think that he's wanting and or ready to initiate, I don't want to say feelings, but feelings. I think he's afraid of I don't think he's afraid of developing feelings. I think he's totally reluctant, very stubbornly reluctant to building something of substance. This Ten of Pentacles reversed. He still wants you as his friend. He doesn't want you out of his life with this Ten of Swords reversed. But he also doesn't want to allow him, he won't allow himself to be vulnerable enough to really open up, to be super receptive, as you mentioned. I think he would respond to you, I do. But I think it would be very kind of short and sweet. Might not even be sweet. Could just be like pretty short and basic. or just a response to whatever your question or comment was that you did indeed text him, or that you decided to text him. I want some clarity with this moon reversed card here. This is the one card that I was a little confused about. Sounds like he would be guarded. Absolutely, yeah. The Tower reversed, very much. And you mentioned the Nine of Wands, too. That is someone who's very, very guarded. Yeah, absolutely. And you understand why? Was it something that he said to you, or just something that you know about him? Or are you talking about the moon reverse? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Ah, the moon reverse. I love this little book. It always gives me an extra definition that either I forgot or didn't know. The moon reverse is often a signifier of fear and paranoia regarding love. And it could also be fear and paranoia of friendship or an intimate relationship. And I think that's why he is so hesitant, or not even hesitant, but stubbornly like not wanting to be in a relationship. Very guarded. And I think he's scared. I actually do think he's scared, because to be that guarded, it usually comes from a place of fear. Fear is the opposite of love, and we've all been hurt in love, but I think he was hurt either very recently or just has had a bad experience with women in the past and doesn't want to allow himself to fall. So he remains guarded. If you're guarded, you can't fall. If you're fearful, you can't fall, you know. I just felt like he wasn't putting in as much energy as me. Yeah, I blocked him for a week. It was petty. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I think you told me that you blocked him. I just felt like he wasn't putting in as much energy as me. He already told me he had issues with attachment. He told me before that he has relationships and they meet his parents and then it doesn't work out. Oh, after they meet his parents, it doesn't work out? Maybe his parents are the problem. I don't know. His parents are the problem? That's interesting. They could be. They could very well be the problem. But yeah, he's very adamant about not wanting attachment. And yeah, if you blocked him for a week, I don't want to say it was petty. It is what it is. We usually block people out of emotions or a knee-jerk reaction. But to elaborate on that, if I was talking to someone and I'd made it clear that I didn't want to be attached to anyone, and then they blocked me for a week and then started talking to me again, I'd be like, okay, they clearly want attachment, because it usually takes, in order to block someone, it usually takes either strong feelings of frustration or disappointment, or someone's being crazy and scary and we have to block them, which isn't the case for him. It was more you weren't seeing a reciprocal energy here, so you blocked him. I don't know if your intention was to do that permanently or if it was to maybe see how he would react. He was saying that he gets to the point of having them meet his parents and then the relationship crumbles. I think he feels embarrassed, like relationships don't work out for him. I mean, that's sad that that's been his past, but I don't know how old he is, but that's some stinking thinking right there. I was trying to make him feel how I felt, and that was petty. I see that now. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So you were trying to kind of give him a taste of his own medicine. Gotcha. Yeah, and it's kind of stinking thinking on his part to like, okay, relationships have never worked for me in the past, so they're never going to work for me in the future. He's in his 30s, so what? He just plans on being alone for the rest of his life, dying alone. We all want companionship. I think most people do. I think he does too. I think he does in his heart want companionship, but he's fearful, and I don't think he's confident. Honestly, um, I mean, I've been in many a relationship, and am I married? No, I'm single now. None of those guys are here anymore. Those relationships ended. But does that make me believe that I'll never have a successful relationship ever again? No way. It just means that those people didn't work. That's all. There's a lot of people in this world, and it's hard to find a really strong, solid connection that works. That's long lasting. So he's kind of shooting himself in the foot here. Um, if he's being completely forthright, um, which it seems like he is. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I mean, you could tag. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do. He says this is not a donation question, but I was on someone else's YouTube live I'm subscribed to, and none of my live comments are showing up on their live. I told them, and they said check the settings, but I did, and nothing is there. I don't know how to answer that, Mahogany. I'm not good. If I well, if I knew the answer, I'd tell you, but I don't know the technicalities of YouTube. I know that's happened with me, with on my channel. It's happened with other clients where they for some reason they just cannot type in my chat, to the point where sometimes they'll like donate like $1 on Cashapp just to say, hey, here's my question, can you just read it for me, or they'll email me. In terms of settings, I don't know if there. I think that I really don't know how that would work, love. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Um, I'm texting to be completely vulnerable and just be honest. Yeah, yeah. Just be completely transparent, and if you're still getting the same results, I think the best thing to do would be to lay it to rest. But I mean, I can't tell you what to do. I know it's hard to just walk away. Regardless of the outcome, I'm just going to be real, and then whatever happens, happens. Thanks, I'm just tired of thinking about this and really would like to be completely honest and lay it all out. Yeah, get some closure. Get some closure. Just be completely honest, and forthright, and he'll react how he reacts, and you'll have your truth. You'll have your truth. So thank you very, very much, love. I appreciate you, and I wish you all the best of luck there, um, in communicating with him. All right, so I'm going to do another last call for all donations tonight. If you have a question, I'm more than happy to answer it for you. Just send in your donation and we can commence. Thank you. Last call tonight, everybody. Last call for all donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call for all donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight. All right, it looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. I will be on again tomorrow, and when you see me, I will have beautiful hair because I'm getting my hair did tomorrow morning, and I'm so excited. So thank you all so very, very much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.